Time and again, people keep complaining to me that Britain's streets are covered in litter. So I've come here to Handsworth in Birmingham to see for myself. And these are some of the filthiest streets in the country. People should not have to live like this. The people who are doing this are getting away with it, and the council seems to be doing absolutely nothing. If you think this is bad, wait till you see what happened around the corner the other day.
Filth piled high on a residential street and left there for days on end. This is how some people are living in parts of Britain today. This vandalism of our streets can't continue. This is the scene of that fly tipping. Months later, it still looks like a complete disgrace. It's literally got so bad that there's tyres, dirty underwear lying on the street, and the Labour Council is doing nothing about it. Fly tipping and littering is rife in Birmingham. Good, law-abiding Brits are furious that their streets are being trashed by a minority of people who have no respect for their communities.
I find it's disgusting. They ought to get brought up and not live in pigsties.
What do you think we should be doing to stop him?
People should take responsibility, but people haven't got pride in anything of today.
I do think it's a problem. Fly tipping is horrendous. I'm doing battle with it at the moment.
Are you? And you live in Sutton Coldfield?
I live in Sutton Coldfield. It's a regular occurrence. In fact, it's recently happened this morning.
Oh. Well, you just woken up to find someone's dumped something by your house?
And they've dumped it in the fields that have just been released from Greenbelt. Terrible trouble. Terrible trouble.
And do you think enough is being done about it by the council?
I think more could be done, to be fair, but you know, we report it, it does eventually get removed, but it's not stopping it, it's not stopping people from doing it.
No.
You know, I think there's not enough deterrence. You know, we've asked for cameras to be put up, or you know, the council did say they've got no money.
Litter.
Yeah.
I can't stand litter.
What do you think should happen to people who are always chucking litter around, fly tipping?
They should be made to get it all up. And then what are doing nothing, not working. You could make them do jobs, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could send them, you know, cleaning all the roads and instead of them lying about idle.
Just on benefits.
Yeah.
What do you think the fine should be for someone who's a repeat offender of litter?
Well, I should definitely find them.
Yeah.
Perhaps they might do something there.
Exactly.
I can't stand any leaves or papers anywhere.
Some residents have taken it into their own hands. They've given up waiting for the Labour Council to take action and are instead fighting the filth themselves. And you live here, and you've just been helping out with the litter pick. Tell me about what's going on the estate.
You mean what's not going on the estate? I come out here maybe every week and do it by myself. They just turn up here in their van at night and they just dump their rubbish in there. I mean, a gardener, the landscape gardener came and parked the van there and put a whole tree in there, a whole root of a tree. It's just so cheeky of them to do that. I mean, I'd never dream of doing that in their house, nowhere they live. I wouldn't even take a block bag and leave it at somebody else's house.
So you wouldn't want to
take it down the tip? No. I had a mattress outside off Lily's bed and I took it down the tip myself for down here. I just threw it in the floor. We'll throw it down. Just throw it down the corner. What is the problem with putting it in your car, Rob, and taking it down to but it's 2 seconds down the road, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
It's no.
Which is such disrespect, isn't it?
Of course it is.
What is changing? Why do you think some people treat our country with disrespect like this? Just
because they can get away with it. Because they can get away with it and they do it. Like you said, there's no deterrence. There's no firing. Do you know what? I've got out of my van at night and just dump it wherever and just bit of stuff. Used to have cameras here that took them all day. Smashed up 2 cars. My car, nothing was done about it. Why do people do that? That's wrong with that.
Angela was disgusted when I showed her footage of the rubbish dumped in the street, just a stone's throw from where she lives.
I would go nuts. I'd have to do something about it. Why are they just looking at that all day?
Yeah. It's disgusting, isn't it?
It's disgusting view to look at out of their own window. Look, it's still going. They're just animals. I think it's so disrespectful to do that to somebody's area where you live. Like you say, you live there. You have to respect where you live. Who does that? Right, to live like that, I would probably say.
Angela's part of the Sutton Coldfield Litter Action Group, led by Councillor Richard Parkin. They're all volunteers who care passionately about serving their community and have just been nominated for a King's Award. You're stepping in where the council aren't, because some of this could be their responsibility, but you've got all these amazing volunteers doing their work for them.
Yeah, the difficulty we're finding is that, unfortunately, as Birmingham City Council's problems get more profound and the impact on services start cutting deeper, that there is more litter and there is more fly tipping. So that puts more pressure on community groups like ours to step in to help. We roll our sleeves up and we get involved, and it's great. But the council, we're all paying more council tax now. I mean, Birmingham City Council has increased our council tax bills by 21%. They've cut £300 million worth of services, and they're now going to be introducing fortnightly bin collections. So at the time when we least need it, we are now having more work put on our shoulders as volunteers to get involved. Frankly, they're letting people down.
You shouldn't be having to do this at all, should you? Because it's a very small minority of people, feral people, who are chucking this rubbish around, spoiling communities, fly tipping, ruining the quality of life for everyone in the city.
And quite frankly, they should be named and shamed. I mean, it's an absolute disgrace because these are repeat offenders. We've just been nominated for the King's Award for Voluntary Services. It's a recognition of the fantastic work that our members do and have been doing for over 4 years now. Genuinely, there needs to be some much tougher action. We need all enforcement, we need cameras, and we need to maim and shame these people because they're getting away with it and it's unacceptable.
If you keep doing this, frankly, you should go to jail. And certainly there should be much, much stronger fines. I think that would help here.
Couldn't agree more. We need tougher penalties. People doing it because they know they can get away with it.
What do you think of this?
Almost lost for words, to be honest. That's just astonishing. I mean, that's Birmingham. This year we're in 2025 in the second city, and you're showing me something that it looks like something out of a slum. And shame.
You've got these nice houses here. Imagine living next to that.
Shame on Birmingham City Council for that, because that is completely unfair on the residents living in those areas to have to put up with that. Because that hasn't happened overnight. That's an accumulation of stuff. That should have been tackled long before it got to that stage.
The small teams of well-meaning volunteers like this don't stand a chance against people who clearly don't care about their neighbours and failing councils who won't do their jobs. Richard says that in his part of Birmingham, there's only been one conviction for fly tipping in 3 years.
And that took 18 months. And that took a lot of time and effort and a lot of commitment from the residents who was the witness to see that through. So things need to be changed to make it easier for people to report fly tipping. Just at the moment, there's so much delay in the system that very few cases are being successfully prosecuted.
Parts of Britain are a complete tip right now, and I don't want Britain to look like this. People should have pride that their streets are clean. Now, some politicians in Westminster, they think this is a little issue, but it's not. It really matters. So it's time we took action. People should step up and take personal responsibility. And the people who are doing this, we've got to clamp down on them. It didn't used to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. It's time to stop trashing Britain.